time tonight as two ancient rivals reintroduce themselves. From their origins on the East Coast in New York to their historic move west in 1958, these two teams make up one of the best rivalries in all of sports. Now, battling for the top spot once again. The rivalry continues next. It feels like summer here in the city by the bay. A perfect setting for the summer game and the two longtime rivals, the Giants and the Dodgers, head to head. Hello, everyone. I'm John Miller with Mike Krukow. Dwayne Kuiper will be along in the middle innings. And the Giants, they've been hot lately. They've won 12 of their last 15 games. And in the last month, they had the best record in the National League, going 18-8. They were 6 games back of the Dodgers at that time. They're 2 games back now as this big showdown series begins.
Well, and both teams are hot. The last 10 games, they both have gone 7-3. And I think the Giants are only as good as their leaders. And you look at the guy on the hill tonight, Madison Bumgarner. He's been lights out his last 4 starts, 4-0 with a 2.25 ERA. Lifetime against the Dodgers, he's been fantastic. 10-4 with a 2.54 ERA. But let's take a look at Posey. Buster Posey's numbers these last 19 games are what MVPs are made of. He's hitting .463, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. That's in 19 games. So if the Giants are going to do something tonight, those two guys are going to lead the way.
Well, and Puig and Bumgarner. Puig is in the leadoff spot tonight. D. Gordon with the night off.
Well, Puig and Bumgarner, that's another dynamic all in itself. They don't really have a lot of love for each other, and we'll be watching that very closely as this game unfolds. But I do think it's significant that D. Gordon is out of the lineup, and the hottest guy in this Dodger lineup is Adrian Gonzalez and Justin Turner, who has replaced D. Gordon at second base.
All right, so we are about to begin, a few moments away from getting started. The Giants and the Dodgers in a moment. Amy G. about Madison Bumgarner versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Stand by for Amy G. when we return.
Real NL West showdown here at the park this evening. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. The Giants sending their ace Madison Bumgarner to the hill this evening, and if history is bound to repeat itself, tonight would be a good time for that to happen. Madison's career numbers against the Dodgers: he is 10-4 with a 2.54 ERA, but his last outing against LA back on May 9th, one of his best. We're going to take you back to it right now in Los Angeles. Madison's line outstanding. 8 innings pitched. He gave up just 4 hits, 1 run. He gave up 1 walk, and he struck out 8. Now, one blemish: Bumgarner gave up a 6th inning solo home run to deep center to none other than Yasiel Puig. Now, his home run caused a few sparks to fly. Couple of verbal exchanges. The stank eye was dropped. The Giants, though, went on to win 3-1. Adrenaline runs high in this series. It is a big one, and it will be an intense game for sure. Bumgarner going up against Ryu. John and Mike have the call, and after these messages, we're going to check in with our Comcast.
We got the Dodgers. We got the Giants at AT&T Park, the first game of a 3-game series. Welcome inside our Comcast studios. I'm Ahmed Fareed with Bill Lasky and Vita Blue. Guys, it's here. It is finally here. We got an Orange and Black Friday. And for the Giants, they're starting with the right guy on the mound. Madison Bumgarner, Bill, has been pretty good against the Dodgers this year.
He sure has, Ahmed. 2-1. And the good thing about it, he's won his last 4 starts. So he's coming on fire. And the L.A. Dodgers are going to put a task out there with mostly right-handers, so this should be a good start for the first game.
He's throwing the ball well, Bill Lasky, but don't think that these Dodgers with their bad scouts haven't been watching Madison Bumgarner in the last couple of ball games, but he's been lights out and doing what a #1 starter should do: putting teams and putting wins on the board and keeping the team in a winning frame of mind.
Sitting at 199 strikeouts on the year, needs just 1 more for 200. And now for the Giants, Vita, remember earlier in this year when home was not good for them? They weren't very good at home at all. Last 9 home games, 9-0.
I love it. You should be winning ball games at home. That's where you should be the most comfortable at. And when they're doing their thing, clicking on all cylinders like they are now, they can beat anybody in baseball.
Well, you know what, V? When you score 58 runs and you only limit them to 14, you're going to win 9 games. They got to continue to do that tonight.
So a 3-game series, the Dodgers in town, 2 games separating them in the standings. I'm saying mathematically it could end with the Giants in it could. Mathematically, they could be in first place by the end of this one.
Sure.
Just win 2 out of 3.
Find wood to knock on.
Keep
Vida,
knocking.
Bill, I'm Ahmed. We'll be here on Sportsnet Central over on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area right after the game with all the analysis. But now, let's get you back to AT&T Park. First pitch after this.
Don, who heads out to center field. Hunter Pence on his way to right. And Madison Bumgarner going to the mound where he will be facing Yasiel Puig, who will be leading off for the Dodgers. The Dodgers batting order brought to you by your Northern California Lexus dealer. Puig, center field, hitting .290. Justin Turner having a fabulous year. Great pickup by Ned Colletti and the Dodgers, hitting .330. Adrian Gonzalez, who is second in the league with 102 runs batted in. The fifth straight year he's knocked in 100 or more. Matt Kemp, right field. Hanley Ramirez, shortstop. Scott Van Slyke, who's been a role player, but very powerful in that role. Juan Uribe, the former Giant, at third. A.J. Ellis, the catcher. And Hyunjin Ryu, the left-hander, a 14-game winner, batting ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the 25-year-old left-hander making his 31st start of the season, two-time All-Star. He's gone 17-9 with a 3.02 ERA, along with 4 complete games, 2 shutouts in 30 starts. Giants have gone 18-12 when he has been on the hill. 199 strikeouts, 197 innings pitched against 39 walks. And how does he do it? Well, you're going to see a low 90s fastball. At times he can reach back and hit 94, 95, but you'll see more 91s to 93s. He will sink, he will cut, mostly cut. He's the type of guy that will break a lot of bats with the right-handed hitters because of the natural movement on that fastball. He also has a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Against these Dodgers lifetime, 10-4 with a 2.54 ERA. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Bumgarner tonight for the Giants. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Blanco, Pagan, and Hunter Pitts. That's your outfield. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side. Panik and Arias on the right side. Buster Posey, well, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Yasiel Puig, who was having a fabulous year, but in the last several weeks he has tailed off considerably, and for a while he was dropped down to the 7th spot in the order. Tonight, with the left-hander Bumgarner going, manager Don Mattingly is going with almost an entire lineup of right-handed hitters. Only Adrian Gonzalez is a left-handed hitter. 8 right-handers will be in there, and with Gordon on the bench, Puig moved up to the leadoff spot, and he and Bumgarner have a little bit of history. He's got a couple of home runs against Bumgarner and 18 career at-bats, and nothing real serious, but they've been at odds various times.
I just don't think Bumgarner likes the bat flip, which is the signature finish on his base hits or home runs. He flips the bat, and Bumgarner not a big fan of that.
And ball one inside. We are underway. 64 degrees, the official game time temperature. But one thing for sure about Puig is you see his career numbers against Bumgarner. He has enormous talent. Blew it right by him, and it's a ball and a strike. Even with his recent slump, Puig with an .851 OPS, 13 homers, 33 doubles, 9 triples. And he's now the Dodgers' full-time center fielder. Off the inside, and it's 2-1. Buster Posey catching. There was some thought given by Bruce Bochy to having the young Andrew Susac catch and have Buster play at first base, get a little more thump in the lineup. But he thought, well, usually it's been Bumgarner working with Posey, and he wants to keep it that way with the importance of this game. 2-1 the count. Bumgarner is a 17-game winner, and in the National League, only the Dodgers' Clayton Kershaw and Johnny Cueto of the Reds have won more, each with 18 wins. And it's 2-2.
It really hasn't been anything tricky in this at bat. It's been all fastballs, all 4 pitches. One thing Bumgarner has really utilized this year, and that's change the sightlines with the pitchers, with his fastball pitches. He'll establish the knee-high location in the eye of the hitter. Then he'll elevate that fastball as the at-bat goes deep. And he gets a lot of guys to swing through that chest-high fastball. And that is something he's really discovered this year.
Puig, only 23 years old, from Cuba, Cienfuegos. 2-2 pitch. And it's a full count now, 3-2.
Justin Turner paying very close attention to Madison Bumgarner. As is Adrian Gonzalez. He's in the hole, hitting third this inning.
Full count. And into the crowd off to the right.
94 with cut. When he places that ball on the hands of the right-handed hitter, it's very difficult for righties to get that bat head out on it. As I mentioned, he's got a natural cut, which means a natural sliding movement that runs flat. It's about a 3 to 4 inch movement that Bumgarner will throw because of that low 3/4 release that gets in tight on right-handers. And from his perspective, that last fastball was perfect. It's right where he wants to put it. And I mean, the pace of this first at bat is beyond deliberate.
And that will go back out of play.
And Bumgarner shook off 2 breaking ball suggestions from Posey. And he wants the fastball. And Bumgarner will do that with a fastball. He will get very macho with it, especially against a guy that he doesn't like. And I'm sure he doesn't know Puig, but he doesn't like the fact that he flips his bat if he hits a home run off him. And that's all he needs.
And he walks him. So Puig leads off with a walk. The 8th pitch of the battle. And here comes Justin Turner. Davey Lopes, the first base coach, a great base stealer as a player. And he's the base running coach for the Dodgers. The umpiring alignment. Young Corey Blazer behind the plate with Jim Joyce, the crew chief, Adam Hamari, and Doug Eddings around the infield from first to third.
Corey Blazer is a low ball umpire, and he has a tight zone, but it's a consistent zone. What you get in the first, you get in the 9th.
Strike one on the outside.
And Blazer has no problems ringing guys up.
Justin Turner, former Met, hitting .330 for the Dodgers. And he has been one of the great pickups in the offseason, and certainly a pickup not noticed much around baseball, right off of Bumgarner. And just in time, somehow he got him at first in spite of it all.
And somehow Joaquin Arias makes the play, and that was anything but easy. And I remember Arias doesn't play a lot of first base, and his first attempt at a play was a very difficult one, trying to catch a high backhander. That ball had some spin on it, and Bumgarner doing the best he could do to just get it in the direction of first base, and Arias does the rest. Oh, nice play.
Bumgarner desperately clutching for that ball, and they got it over there as quickly as he could. At first it looked like it might be a double play on a comebacker, and then he's just very happy just to have even gotten one guy. So here's Adrian Gonzalez. Speedy Puig at second. The Giants into a shift. That's a foul into the crowd. Second baseman Joe Panik is out in right field, 15 feet or so. You see how they're doing it. Brandon Crawford is almost behind second base. It's not the total overshift where 3 are to the right side. Adrian Gonzalez, only a 138 lifetime average against Bumgarner. He's only 4 for 29 lifetime against him. One ball, one strike. Gonzalez is hitting .341 for the season with runners in scoring position. So his overall batting average only .279, but he has been much better in spots like this. That's why he's got 102 runs batted in.
7 times he's done that in his career. Out of the last 8 years, and the 1 year he didn't do it, he had 99. Very steady pro. Just an absolute quality RBI guy. Not a bad place to pitch to him here, though. You've got an open first base.
Matt Kemp on deck. Right to Arias, and that not in time. The timing not quite perfect on that one.
Well, Brandon Crawford playing pretty deep out up at the cut of the outfield grass. You can see where he is prior to the play. Now he's got to come into second base, and he just, oh, that was close. I mean, they may have a look at that. Now that I see it a second time, he may have beat Puig back to the bag.
Bochy's coming out. Can't see it from there. Bochy's looking back in the dugout, and Ron Wotus, the bench coach, this should maybe tell us right here.
Wow.
Sean Dunston.
Umpire kind of blocked it off a little bit.
Couldn't quite see Puig's hand, whether any part of the hand was already at the bag. You saw the fingers going to the top of the bag, and they looked late.
This one might tell the story here. No, I don't think I'd take a chance if I was Bruce Bochy. And I don't think the Giants are going to do that. You saw the shrug of the shoulders from Ron Wotus when he received the call from the clubhouse. And I think it's the right call. In a game like this, it figures to be a closely played game. You'd hate to give up your...
Well, they're looking at it. Look at that.
This is a gamble. And this is what they're going on right here.
Well, we had the other angle where you could see that. It looked to me like the foot was on the bag before those fingers, but what about the thumb on that left hand, which you really can't see on the other side of the bag? So there it looks like his foot hits before the fingers hit, but what about the thumb?
I mean, that's bang bang. And one thing we've learned about replay is if it's going to get overruled, it's got to be pretty easy to see.
Conclusive. So they are talking to an unnamed umpire, and it looks like they're already getting the decision. He's safe as the original call stands, which is what you suspected, Mike.
Well, I mean, it is one advantage you don't want to give up in the first, so we'll see how it plays out.
So the Giants cannot demand a replay, at least through the first 6 innings of the game. So here, Matt Kemp comes up.
Doesn't look like the skipper's too happy.
At the low strike.
And that's the low zone you're going to see a lot of tonight with Glazer, the plate umpire.
Matt Kemp does not look happy about it. Two down in the first. Matt Kemp, who's come on big time in the second half of the season. 19 homers, 69 batted in. That'll go out of play off to the right. 0-2. Kemp 6 hits, 27 career at bats against Bumgarner. .222 average. Kemp was the center fielder when the season began, and at one point Don Mattingly moved him to left field and ultimately to right field, making Puig the regular center fielder. Puig at second. 1-2.
There's the elevator fastball by design. A little bit too far outside. Ideally, you want to throw it either across the plate or above the hands. The farther away it gets from the center of the plate, the easier it is to take.
Kemp has hit over 300 since the All-Star break. 34 RBIs, 11 homers in the last 49 games. Right to Crawford. The inning is over. Now the Giants, Pagan, Panik, Posey coming up. Engineering. Pagan, center field. Panic, second base. Posey, the catcher, all three hitting over 300. Buster, in September, hitting .472. Pence, right field. Sandoval, third base. Arias at first, hitting sixth. Blanco and his bat has been speaking loudly. Left field. Crawford at short. Bumgarner hitting ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Dodgers will be Hyunjin Ryu. Ryu is 6'2", 255-pounder. He's 26 years old in his second year at the big league level. This is what he has done in 25 starts, 14-6 with a 3.16 ERA. And look at the walks to strikeout ratio. He's a control specialist. You'll see a fastball that can go low to mid-90s. He'll give you a curveball, slider, changeup, and he'll throw anything at you, any count, any time.
On the outside for a called strike to Pagan.
You know, one thing about Ryu, you look at him at 6'2", 255. He is an extremely good athlete. He does everything well. Holds runners on, fields his position well. He can hit.
Pagan has had success against him. 5 hits, 9 at bats lifetime. Big curveball. Hanley Ramirez, 1 away.
Let's take a look at that Dodger defense playing behind Ryu tonight. Starting in the the Dodger outfield from left to right, it'll be Van Slyke, Puig, and Kemp. The best arm in center field, Puig. Ramirez and Uribe on the left side of the infield. Turner and Gonzalez on the right side. A.J. Ellis will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So now Joe Panic. The last time the clubs faced each other was right here at AT&T Park. The final weekend in July. And that was a real low point for the Giants, as the Dodgers came in and swept him, and Ryu got the win in the final game of that series. And it's 2-0. The Giants, at that point, Panic was up with the ball club, but the Giants had just picked up Dan Uggla, and Dan Uggla started the games at second base in that series. 3-0. The Giants were a much different looking ball club at that time than they are right now. That's a called strike. 3-1. Ryu is 2-1 lifetime, or rather 4-3 lifetime, with a 3.4 ERA against the Giants. Ripped right past the first base bag, could be extra bases, into the right field corner. Kemp digs it out, and Panic will stop at second with a double.
Well, it's called the panic attack around here, and he has really solidified the right side of the infield and the second spot in the lineup. Here with good count leverage, sitting on a 3-1 count, looking middle in, getting a fastball challenge, and just spins on it and rakes it right past Gonzalez, who had none chance. And just like that, the Giants get a runner in scoring position. Nice at bat.
Now the red hot Posey. Panic now has 6 hits in 10 career at bats against Ryu. And that's ball 1 to Buster.
Buster Posey does not take a lot of extra hitting. He'll hit off the tee every day. He'll concentrate on trying to stay in one piece with his swing, take his swings in the cage for batting practice, and he is done. That's all the hitting he does.
Base hit down the left field line. Van Slyke will play it off the wall. Panic in to score, and Buster Posey has a double. The Giants have a 1-0 lead.
And that was not a hanger. In this hot streak that he has been on, it's almost impossible to get him off his back leg when he's got count leverage. Ball just right above the knees, out over the middle. And watch him get that foot down, and now the backside throw. Just tremendous control of that bat head through this hot streak. And the Giants to draw first blood. An easy score for Joe Panic.
Panik and Posey with consecutive doubles, and here is Hunter Pence off the inside. Now Pence has had a lot more success against Ryu than had Buster Posey. Hunter Pence, 294 for the year, 71 RBIs, and a 429 career average against Ryu in 21 at bats. Up the middle. Ramirez, no. Posey heading home. The throw from Puig, not nearly in time. Pence into second. Puig gives up the extra base, even though A.J. Ellis did everything he could to prevent it. And the Giants have a 2-0 lead.
And that's a 90-foot mistake. One of the best arms in baseball in center field with Puig. But at times, it is not a smart arm. In overthrowing the cutoff man, A.J. Ellis saw there was not going to be a play at the plate. And he runs desperately up the middle of the infield to try and cut the throw off to get a chance to get Hunter Pence at second. And this could be a big mistake. Aggressive overthrow, and here comes Ellis. And those are the type of mistakes you can't make in a series like this. Now it's up to the Giants to take advantage of it.
2-0 Giants. Here's Pablo Sandoval. The spin move by Ryu. Pence back to the back. Great base running by Hunter Pence, number one, because he hit it hard right out of the box, as he always does. And then he saw the high throw, and he just kept on going. Fairly deep into center. Pence tagging up at second. Easily into third. That one made it all the way out to the warning track, and we checked the flag. The wind is blowing out today.
We talk about Hunter Pence coming out of the box. There's the hustle as always. You anticipate a mistake. You watch the throw, and once you see it go over the head of that cutoff man, that's your green light.
Two runs in for the Giants. Now 2 down, a runner at third, and here is Arias. Bruce Bochy talking about the 29th consecutive game in which Pence has reached base, by the way, with either a hit or a walk. Joaquin Arias has been hitting well lately, and that also colored the decision of Bruce Bochy, because he did toy with the idea of having the rookie Susac catch and have Posey at first. But he liked the combination of Bumgarner and Posey. That's the usual combination when Bumgarner's pitching. And Arias hitting well lately helped solidify the decision.
Well, and he's 3 for 8 lifetime against Ryu. I mean, he knows him. Think about Arias like every other hitter. When he's staying in the strike zone, he's a pretty good hitter.
Right field, base hit. It's a 2-out RBI single for Joaquin Arias, and that's run number 3. Pence in to score.
Now, Bruce Bochy wanted to get the fans in this game early. And the Giants have done that with gusto here in the first. We're giving away orange rags tonight, rally towels. And the Giants have really got this crowd hopping on an Orange Friday.
Joaquin Arias, by the way, now with 16 hits in his last 36 at bats, a 447 or 444 batting average in that time. And that'll go out of play. Arias' batting average has gone up over 50 points in that stretch of 36 at bats.
Now, they're not showing Blanco a lot of respect in the outfield either. They're playing a shallow set with Kemp in right and Puig in center. I understand it in left field with a left-hander against the left-handed pitching, but the pull side, they're not showing him some respect. He's got some pop too.
Ball and a strike to Blanco, who's also been swinging the bat well. Pablo Sandoval, who got Pence over to third with his long fly ball to center. Blanco in his last 14 games hitting .377. In fact, that's in his last 20 games, .377. There goes Arias. On the wild pitch, Arias now in scoring position.
Another 90-foot mistake. Just a little cut fastball that hits A.J. Ellis in the heel of the glove and kicks away the right. An easy take a second for Arias.
Madison Bumgarner over looking at the batting helmets. And he blocks this one in the dirt. And it's 3-1. Brandon Crawford, a left-handed hitter, on deck. And then Bumgarner would be due up. The Giants have 3 home here in the very first inning against Ryu. In his first 25 starts this year, he allowed 8 runs in the first inning altogether, and he's allowed 3 tonight. And counting. And that's a walk. The Giants had a 6-run first inning against Ryu back on April the 4th. That was at Dodger Stadium. It was the home opener for the Dodgers. Remember, they had opened the season in Sydney, Australia. And that was the worst game as a big leaguer for Ryu. And now the Giants are putting together a nice inning here. Although in that game, the Dodgers just kind of fell apart behind them. Defensively, they were horrible in that game. Here's Crawford with Bumgarner on deck. Brandon Crawford trying to knock in a run here. He's had only 1 hit in 12 career at bats against Ryu. On the outside for a strike. 1-1. 8th batter of the inning for the Giants. They've had 4 hits plus a walk. 5 Giants have reached base. Buster Posey knocked in the first run, and that one is a fair ball down the right field line. Arias in to score. Blanco to third, and he'll be held there as Kemp makes a nice relay to Gonzalez. A double for Brandon Crawford, and 4 runs have scored.
Prior to that swing of the bat, Brandon Crawford, a 1-for-12 lifetime against Ryu. The Giants already with runners in scoring position, 4-for-5 tonight. And that's going to bring out Rick Honeycutt to try and calm the water. As you got to believe there's a little panic going on right now on the mound with Hyunjin Ryu.
And with the visit to the mound, as the fans get the Beat LA chant going big time, the interpreter goes out as well. Hyunjin Ryu from South Korea.
Well, every 90-foot mistake that the Dodgers have made, the Giants have been able to take advantage of and put a run on the board because of it. And those really are backbreakers when they cross home plate.
So 4 runs are in, and now the pitcher's up, except in this case, if not the best hitting pitcher in the National League this year, certainly one of them, one of the 2 or 3 best. Knee-high strike. Bumgarner is hitting .254, 3 homers, 2 doubles, and 13 runs batted in. Blanco at third, Crawford at second. Kemp on the run. Can't get it. It's a foul ball, and Kemp into the sidewall. We'll have to do a quick check, make sure everything's okay.
Coming over, just touches his glove, but a lot of distraction over there. Boy, he does plant himself up against the wall. Remember, this is unfamiliar territory. In fact, I don't know if Kemp may have played right field here one other time, twice, maybe, I don't know, but he's always come in playing center field. So just a rude introduction to the wall over there, foul territory.
And there's the spot where the wall comes out very close to the right field line. Kemp was the right fielder when they played here in late July, just double checking. 1-2 to Bumgarner. But it may be the most complicated right field to play in the National League.
It's a tough one.
2 runners in scoring position, 2 down. And he got the call on that one. The Giants bat around. 9 Giants bat. 4 score and 2 left. Posey knocked in 1. Pence knocked in 1. And Arias with the 2-out single. And finally Crawford knocked in the 4th.
Yesterday by Dr. Collins out of Pittsburgh. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and Brandon joined the team today, did some exercise. He's already started ramping up activity with running. He also took batting practice today. Skipper Bruce Bochy saying that he is hopeful that Belt will be able to rejoin the team in 7 to 10 days. So really good news for the team there. They could use Belt in that lineup. Guys, let's get it back up to you quickly. The injury report is brought to you by 1-800-4INJURY. If you've been injured in an accident, call 1-800-4INJURY or go to 1-800-4INJURY.com.
Thanks to Amy G. Amy Gutierrez. First ball swinging, and Hanley Ramirez just hits a shot into the left field corner. Blanco plays the carom, and he makes Hanley speed it up into second base. He makes it, but he was kind of into a trot on his way to second. Blanco took a shot at him there.
Just a fastball challenge with a 4-0 lead, and Hanley Ramirez looking fastball middle away, gets his pitch. And that was loud. Hanley Ramirez can hit the ball as far as anybody. And that is right into what he was looking for. Great balance through that half.
The throw came in, and he made it. First hit for the Dodgers, and here is Scott Van Slyke. And look at this. They're in the 6th spot in the order. Ryu, if they get a couple of guys out in this inning, could come up, and Perez is warming up in the bullpen already.
Yeah, there's got to be something physically wrong with Ryu if he's coming out of the game this early, even down 4-0.
That's out of play. Strike 2. Van Slyke, only 182 official at bats. He has 10 home runs, and his OPS is 882. So he's been a great role player off the bench for the Dodgers this year. And he's been hot lately. But he was not up there very long. Bumgarner puts him away post haste.
That was a 3-pitch see you with a man on second, nobody out. Well, the Giants are in the middle of another race for playoff baseball. If you're looking for access to Giants postseason tickets, it's easy. Get on deck right now by becoming a 2015 season ticket holder. Your $500 deposit gives you the opportunity to purchase all the potential Division Series home playoff games and a possible wild card play-in game. Call 415-972-2298. Representatives are standing by.
Now Juan Uribe. And the curveball in the dirt. Nice save there by Buster Posey, keeping Ramirez at second. The strikeout of Van Slyke, by the way, number 200 for Bumgarner this year. And he is closing in on the highest strikeout total by any left-hander in San Francisco Giant history. Ray Sadecki at the top of that list. Did he swing? Looked like he did. No, says first base umpire Jim Joyce.
I don't know about this one. Let's take a look from the side. Yeah, you're right. That could have gone either way. Jim Joyce making the call. Good umpire.
And remember, he doesn't see it from that angle, and he doesn't see it in slow motion.
And we saw it. We still weren't sure.
Well, Jim, good call, although you got lucky. Come on. Jim Joyce is one of the most highly respected umpires in the game, a veteran. He's the crew chief for this group. 2-0 to Uribe. And the spin move, looking Hanley Ramirez back. So Bumgarner, he's done a lot of things in his career. This is the first time that he's ever had 200 strikeouts in a single season. He's been at 191 or better in his 3 previous full seasons. 2-1.
Nice little backdoor breaking ball, nibbling that outside corner, the 2-0 count. Certainly was not a giveaway. That was a nice pitch. Carlos Frias, the right-hander, joining Chris Perez.
A.J. Ellis, the 8th place hitter, on deck. Back out of play. 2-2. Uribe having an excellent year, although he's missed a lot of time with injury. But when he's played, he's hit well. A .302 batting average. Only 90 games played. And in his last 8 games, he's heated up. Wow. Now that was a very interesting swing.
Well, that's a world-class emergency swing, and you talk about getting in a guy's kitchen. This thing hits him about, maybe 4 inches above the thumbs. That did not feel good. Heads up.
That ball shot right over toward A.J. Ellis, who kind of moves to a little bit of a different spot over there in the on-deck area.
That swing belongs in an old-timers game.
2-2.
I'm talking real old-timers game. But he can do that. He can look bad on a swing and then beat you on the next one.
Pablo Ramirez holding at second. Uribe is retired. 2 down after the leadoff double. Ramirez has just been standing and watching as the next 2 hitters have gone down. A.J. Ellis will come up. And the Dodgers do bring out Alex Guerrero, one of their September call-ups, into the on-deck circle, not Ryu. Guerrero, number 7. A.J. Ellis hitting only .188 this year. It's 0-1. And Ellis had always been a guy who was pretty reliable as a hitter. Could hit a little bit. He always had a keen eye at the plate, a high on base percentage guy. He's never gotten it going this year. He missed a great deal of time in the first half of the season on the disabled list.
And you have to ask the question, just how healthy is he?
1-1.
The point you make is a good one. I mean, he is not a hitter that's going to give you a high average, but it always seems like the bigger the at bat, the better at bat he'd give you. He's one of those type of guys. Good situational hitter. You need a sac fly. But this year, I don't know. I don't know if he's 100% physically, but I think that may have something to do with explaining his batting average at 188.
Pop up, Joe Panic. That's the inning. Leadoff double for Ramirez, and he ends up being stranded at second.
You drive the ultimate driving machine at BayAreaBMW.com. We go back to May 3rd, 2013, when Buster Posey stepped in against Ronald Belisario and does this. His first big league walk-off, and he hits his home run against the Dodgers. That is our BMW drive.
Pretty good moment.
That was a good one.
And it's a great moment no matter who you hit it against. But it's on a little bit of a different great moment level when it comes against the arch rival. Here's Chris Perez in to pitch now for the Dodgers. So we'll try and get word from the Dodger clubhouse about Hyunjin Ryu, because he's gone after just 1 inning through 27 pitches. So as you surmise, Mike, I think something was not quite right with Ryu. Some physical problem apparently.
Yeah, we'll find out what it is. You take a look at the numbers for Perez. His 45th time, 59 base runners in 41 innings. This is a former closer, but he's had some problems with command this year. He's a hard thrower with big time sink. You'll see mid-90 sink, which is never an easy assignment trying to hit it. He's got a slider and a changeup. He just doesn't have great command of the strike zone. Perez, a big guy, 6'4", 230. In his 7th year at the big league level.
This is a former closer. And he missed his way inside. He hit the umpire, Corey Blazer, in the right foot. Not the best thing to do right away in your first pitch.
Yeah, it's been my experience. If you hit an umpire in the foot first pitch, that strike zone gets small. Pagan
grounded out to short his first time against Ryu, batting right-handed. Ryu threw 27 pitches, gave up 4 runs and 5 hits in the 1 inning. And Perez, right now, if you figure the Dodgers are likely to be in the postseason one way or the other, because of some of the work of some of these young relief pitchers that they brought up here, especially Frias and Baez, he needs to show something here, or he could be left off that possible postseason roster.
And he knows it. Veterans know what the deal is when they start selecting 25 guys to go postseason.
Blew that one by him at 94 miles an hour.
But he's never lacked stuff. He's just lacked command. I mean, 94. And he can go higher now. We've seen him, 96, 97 with that same type of movement. I don't believe the guy can throw the ball straight.
Back out of play. It's Panik on deck. Posey in the hole, and then Hunter Pence due up 4th in the inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pagan facing Perez. He's only faced him one other time in a regular season game, and he grounded out against him. Giants ahead 4-0. The Giants scored 4 runs in the first inning. Up and down the lineup, they were getting base hits and RBI hits. Well, he lost control of that one again. It did not hit the umpire in the foot this time.
The other stat on his stat sheet that kind of is telling about his stuff this year is he's given up 6 home runs in 41 innings, and for a sinker baller, that tells you one thing: he's missing up. He's not utilizing big time sink by being able to command the knees, and when you leave the ball up, even to a sinker baller, you could get hit out of the ballpark. 6 in 41 innings, that's a lot.
Now it's 3-2. Perez, we remember him with the Cardinals when he was first getting to the big leagues, and later he went to Cleveland, became the closer, the full-time closer there. On both sides of the ball, hydrating in the dugout. 3-2, and it's well off the inside. A leadoff walk for Pagan. Fans, now it's time for the City of Livermore getaway of the game. Brought to you by the City of Livermore. Enjoy shopping, entertainment, dining, and wine tasting in the City of Livermore. There is so much to do. Check it out. Here is Joe Panik. Panik started that 4-run first inning rally with a double down the right field line. And Pagan back to the bag at first. Gonzalez playing close to the bag with him. A 6:05 start for game 2 of the series tomorrow night, when Tim Hudson matches up with Zach Greinke, and the 1:05 Sunday afternoon game, Yusmeiro Petit and Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw has been so good that not only is he the odds-on favorite for the Cy Young Award in the league, right now he's very much in the discussion for the MVP award in the National League. And that's ball 1. And what Kershaw has done so many times to the Giants this year, lately, he's been doing it to everybody. Kershaw has just been lights out. Look at that, 1.67 ERA, and we're in September.
Well, 18 wins, and he missed the first month of the season. I mean, he is a stud, no doubt.
Pagan started towards second, then stopped. And Perez missed badly with that one. It's 2-0.
Now, I'm sure the message here is going to be your elbow is in a low position, and you've got push in your delivery. Every time you see an elbow drop below a shoulder, and all of a sudden you're going to start to see push in a guy's release point, and that'll cause you to rise in the strike zone. And, I mean, it sounds like an easy fix, but when you're messed up mechanically, it can be very difficult to get back up on top in a throwing slot that is beneficial to the strike zone.
There goes Pagan. A strike, and not nearly in time. A steal for Pagan.
That's a veteran move right there from Pagan. Perez is so concerned getting in the strike zone that he just got very very predictable in his rhythm to home. And Pagan had a huge jump. That's the type of thing right there that ticks off a veteran catcher. And that's a 90-foot mistake. That's another one the Dodgers have made. That's 3 in the first 2 innings.
15th steal of the year for Pagan. He's tied with Blanco for the club lead in that category. So now Panik with a 2-1 count and a runner at second with nobody out. Posey on deck. Center field. Puig with the great arm. Pagan tags at second, bluffs. And Puig, who's got such confidence in his arm that he dared him to run. Not Toyota by the numbers. Only Toyota has something for everyone with approved credit. Get 0% APR on 14 popular Toyotas like Camry, Prius, and RAV4. Toyota, let's go places. The highest average versus the National League West since 2010. And Buster Posey's at the top of that list. And then Matt Kemp of the Dodgers, and Ethier. The Rockies, Carlos Gonzalez, Chris Denorfia of the Padres. That's, I think, mostly against the Giants. And then Pablo. So Buster has done his very best hitting, it seems, against his brethren within the division.
Anytime a sinker baller is missing as badly as Perez is missing, it becomes a spooky at bat, especially if you're hitting on against him from the right side, because his movement's going to come into a right-handed hitter.
2-0.
We saw some horrific hit batsmen in last night's Major League action. Giancarlo Stanton hit full on the face. Chase Headley hit in the chin. I tell you, this is not a comfortable at bat right here.
Posey doubled home a run his first time. Pagan at second, 1 out. Well, there's, just as you were talking about it, that one ran way inside and just missed Posey.
You don't want to get hit by a 94-mile-an-hour sinker either. I mean, for whatever reason, you always hear sinkers as being described as heavier than a regular fastball, four-seam fastball. And it's true, and it's because of the spin. When you catch it, it feels heavier, and when it hits you, it hurts more.
Called a strike. 3-1.
Generous.
Bumgarner looking on from the dugout. Hunter Pence on deck. Buster Posey, you saw the numbers. He has been the last 20 games, and he gets a walk this time. Second walk of the inning allowed by Perez. The Dodgers bullpen is going to get busy again. There is Carlos Frias. Rick Honeycutt looking on along with manager Don Mattingly in the foreground there. The season has gone a lot like this for Perez. Came into the game with a 4.83 earned run average. In 41 1/3 innings right up to the moment, he now has walked 24. So he's averaged about 5 walks per 9 innings, which is not very good. 1 out, 2 men on. And now Honeycutt, the pitching coach, will go out to talk to Perez.
Yeah, he's out there doing one thing, killing time. I think it's pretty obvious that Perez doesn't have command of the baseball right now. And Dodgers down 4-0. This is a big inning.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, meanwhile, the Cardinals beat the Rockies 5-1. The Cardinals atop the Central Division, and the Atlanta Braves playing some interleague play tonight. And the Braves were defeated by the Texas Rangers, and the Rangers, who have had a hard time beating anybody lately. But they beat Atlanta in Arlington, Texas this evening. So the Braves began the day 2 games out of the second wild card spot. The Pirates, who right now are the second wild card team, won their game over the Cubs. Here's Pence. Hit sharply. Uribe. There's one. Back over to first. A double play to end the inning. Well, I don't know what it was that Honeycutt said, but it's Dwayne Kuiper will be along. He's over the radio side on assignment to the radio booth currently. He'll be along in the middle innings. Dave Fleming on assignment to Buffalo. We're a little tired. Dave has sounded a little bit too good lately, so we sent him off to Buffalo for a couple of days. I think he'll learn his lesson.
Well, we hope so.
Alex Guerrero leads off. We got a pretty good armada out there in the Cove tonight. Madison Bumgarner with a 4-0 lead. Alex Guerrero, slider build, minor leaguer, up here in September, and he fouls one out of play. 0-1.
Guerrero's got some pop. I mean, he was a double-digit home run guy every year in Cuba. The national team, they like his power. This year with 3 teams in minor leagues, still double digits, 17 home runs.
Just off the inside corner, apparently. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex Guerrero, who the Dodgers spent a lot of money getting the rights to him. And it's 1-2. He chased the high fastball. He's with a team called Las Tunas in Cuba. 3-time All-Star and had a .308 batting average with 102 home runs and a .393 on base average. And he chased again, a little bit higher yet. Strike 3.
Well, join us this Saturday, that's right, tomorrow, for Fiesta Gigantes presented by Coors Light. Fiesta Gigantes is the annual free pregame music festival on Terry Francois Boulevard from 3 to 6. There's also a Fiesta Gigantes special event package, which includes a Vamos Gigantes scarf, and a game Giant Dodger ticket is also part of the package. Interested? Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Yasiel Puig, who walked leading off the game in the first inning. Pagan into right center. 2 down. So Puig is gone in 1 pitch. When the Dodgers were here in July, that may well have been the low point of the season for the Giants. They had been playing poorly for a while anyway, but the Dodgers came in and beat them 8-1, 5-0, and Yasiel Puig in the first game of that series had 3 triples in the same game. The Dodgers hit 5 triples as a team. That's a strike to Justin Turner.
Well, that was then. This is now, and he's struggling really for the first time in his career, and it has not been easy for him. Happens to everybody sooner or later in this game.
Over the outside corner, strike 2 to Turner.
As long as he's getting that backdoor slider, I mean, you can expect Buster Posey to take advantage of that. But Turner is the type of hitter that can adjust to it within an at bat. I mean, he's got a nice approach to right field.
Ooh, a little bit high, maybe a little inside. 1-2.
He's got a much better feel of his release point now than he did in the first inning. He has settled into a nice rhythm.
Puig back in the dugout. Crawford. And that's the inning. A 9-pitch inning, no less. For Bumgarner, 3 up, 3 down.
Of the third, John was talking earlier in the game about how different this Giants team looks compared to the last time they played the Dodgers here back on July 25th, 26th, and 27th. Of course, that's when they were swept by the Dodgers. No Angel Pagan. Dan Uggla, the starting second baseman, so panic had not emerged. No Duffy, no Ishikawa. Pee Wee had just joined the team, and Andrew Susac had just been called up. Now, gentlemen, since that sweep, the Giants have played 40 games, and they have gone 23-17 in those contests, so a lot of bonding and a lot of chemistry has been happening, guys.
Very true, and it does give you a little bit of the idea of what all has taken place, what was happening then versus now. Giants got even hotter a little bit later than that. 18-8 in the last month, as Carlos Frias in for the Dodger bullpen. That's past him, and also right under the glove of Turner. Pablo Sandoval, who flied out deep to center his first time, is aboard here. We'll see how they score it. Even if Turner had picked that ball up, it was going to be a tough play to throw out Pablo.
Yeah, that's got to be a base hit.
And it is indeed called a base hit by the official scorer. Sandoval is 1 for 2.
Just under the glove. And you're right. I mean, he'd have been in a tough position to try and get enough on the throw to try and get Sandoval. It's amazing how quickly Sandoval can move going down that first base line when he's sniffing a hit. It's remarkable.
So the speedy Sandoval gets a hit here. And the batter will be Joaquin Arias. Arias, Giants had a 2-run first inning with 2 down when Arias got a base hit to knock in the 3rd run of the inning. Called a strike from Frias, 94 miles an hour. Frias made a start for the Dodgers in early September, but otherwise he's been used out of the bullpen, and he's looked very good here in his last 9 innings. Not a lot of run. That's a base hit. The Giants have consecutive hits to start the inning against him.
Well, the Dodgers like the stuff of Frias. Still a young guy, 24 years old, 6'4", 170 pounder, so he's just kind of a blade out there. But he'll go mid to high 90s with velocity. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup, so he has become their long man because of that stuff. Time now for Papa Murphy's Who's Hot. Brought to you by Papa Murphy's new fresh pan pizza, love at 425 degrees. And Gregor Blanco's hot. Last 2 weeks in 13 games, at a 370 clip with a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs. He scored 13 runs. That's hot. And that's our Papa Murphy's Who's Hot.
Blanco with 2 men on and nobody out. Brandon Crawford right behind him. Frias, 24 years old. He's from the Dominican Republic. And has been in the Dodgers farm system since they signed him all the way back in 2007. Blanco drew a walk his first time. A high strike, and it's 0-1. Giants have 7 hits in the game. We're in the 3rd inning, and Frias is the 3rd pitcher of the game for LA already. Up the middle, base hit into center field, and Pablo will go to 3rd and hold there and not challenge the very strong arm of Yasiel Puig.
Stay hot, Gregor Blanco. Just nice bat head control back up the middle with nobody out, 4-0 lead. You're not going to make a big risk if you're Tim Flannery, the Giants' 3rd base coach. As you see the approach on our Exmo, right back up the middle. Almost hit Frias in the leg. I mean, but once it gets into center field, and it takes on the best arm the Dodgers have with Puig, you're just not going to risk making it out at home. You do not want to let the Dodgers gain momentum with a play like that.
Brandon Crawford did a 2-out double down the right field line to knock in the 4th run in the first inning. Ball 1, 95 miles an hour with that fastball from Frias. 1 ball, no strikes. Dodgers, with nobody out, have the infield in. Bumgarner, the pitcher, is on deck. Up the first base line. That's a foul ball.
Ooh. It's kind of a funky in-between hop to a good infielder. I mean, Adrian Gonzalez got nice hands at first base. And that hop really fooled him. He expected it to come up. It stayed down on him. Boy, if that was fair, you may have seen that clear the bags with the speed of Blanco at first base.
1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Kemp, the right fielder, is well off the right field line toward right center. And it's 1-2.
That's a quick little slider. Giants know the deal. I mean, with the Dodgers, you have to keep adding on. They have a very potent offense. Any team that plays the Dodgers is respectful of that. So you jump out to a 4-0 lead in the first, you're thinking we need more. And this is the opportunity.
Sandoval, Arias, and Blanco each hitting a single. 3 straight singles to start the inning. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Just missing inside.
You're right. I mean, that's a 95-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball that Crawford gave up on the same inside corner. And that movement almost came back to the strike zone. There are umpires in this league that would have run them up right there.
2-2 to Crawford. And a pop-up. That one got right in on him. The infield fly rule in effect, so he's already out. Even before the ball was caught, he was out, so 1 away. Frias showed the kind of stuff he's got, why he can be tough. Here comes Bumgarner. Now he's hit a grand slam more than once this year. Bumgarner has hit 2 this year. And in the history of Major League Baseball, no pitcher has ever hit a third.
Wow.
Much less in 1 year. Tony Cloninger hit 2 in a game against the Giants back in the 60s.
He's going to sit on a fastball here.
2-0.
Now this is the Dodgers dugout, the lineup card, and they spelled it Baumgartner. That is no respect. That's a 90-mile-an-hour cutter right there. That's a pretty good pitch in a 1-0 count.
Bumgarner was caught out on strikes his first time. Middle infield double play depth. And it's 1-2.
That was the one right there. That was his fastball, middle in.
Pagan is on deck. Sandoval at third, Arias at second, Blanco at first. And he struck him out.
Pretty good breaking ball. He's got good stuff. Those are quality pitches to get that strikeout. And you have to believe that's what he was pitching for with a runner at third, less than 2 outs. That's nasty.
So Ellis to the mound. Quick chat with Carlos Frias.
See the game signs on the fingertips of A.J. Ellis, the catcher. The little green fingernail tape. That's pretty much standard equipment these days for catchers, especially at night. Makes it easier for the pitchers to see the signs.
Pagan has grounded out to short. He's walked and stolen a base. 2 down, bases loaded. Look at all the movement on that one at 96 miles an hour. 1-1.
That's the type of a pitch you see for the very first time. Steps out and makes you kind of talk to yourself if you're Angel Pagan.
All the runners ready to run at the crack of the bat with 2 down. Here is Van Slyke, and the inning is over. The Giants do not score.
Dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. The investigative unit on NBC Bay Area. We investigate. So we head to the top of the 4th inning. The Giants on top of the Dodgers by a score of 4-0. And join us in the booth, Dwayne Kuiper. Welcome, Smoothie.
All right, thanks, Mikey. And he's a really nice start for the Giants. It's like, well, what would be the perfect scenario? Well, how about getting this crowd into it? And that's what they did.
He indeed did. I mean, a 4-run in that bottom of the first inning, and they've threatened to score every inning since. So they definitely have put their hitting shoes on coming into game 1 here.
And really not good news for the Dodgers, as it was just reported that Ryu left the game due to shoulder stiffness. Here's Gonzalez, who takes a strike. Shoulder stiffness in September. I guess probably everybody has a little bit of that, right?
Well, you're right. I mean, it's the time of year where arms are tired.
Gonzalez lined out to Arias in the first inning. 0-2.
I'll tell you, one of the things about Adrian Gonzalez that has impressed us over the years is, number one, how consistent he is as an RBI guy. But number two, guy with power, he makes nice 2-strike adjustments. Very good 2-strike hitter.
And now timeout is called. He's another guy that hits home runs, but yet he doesn't fall down when he swings and misses. And that pitch is wide, so it's 1-2. Kemp, Ramirez, this is the big fellas here in the fourth, facing Bumgarner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him.
Good breaking ball. They had the count 1-2, just bury a hard snapping slider in a perfect location. And Adrian Gonzalez sent packing. Second inning in a row that Bumgarner has gotten the first out by way of the strikeout to lead off the inning.
Foul back and out of play. Kemp bounced out to Crawford in the first inning. Ramirez to follow. And he tried to backdoor that swing, sweep it maybe right around the outside corner. Just missed.
That's the first time he's tried to go backdoor with the curveball. Earlier in the game, it's been pretty much backdooring with that slider. But this time through the lineup, starting to introduce a new pitch, the curveball.
Sandoval's got it. Deep third. 2 down.
The beauty with Bumgarner, because of that low 3/4 release, is he gets a lot of natural movement with everything he throws. When he keeps his slider and curveball down, they basically become his sinker. He gets a lot of ground balls with them. Just like that.
So here's Ramirez. Saw 1 pitch in the second inning and drove it down the left field line for a double. Giants 4, Dodgers nothing, 4th inning. Foul back, no balls and 1 strike.
And you kind of saw that coming. You go back to that first at bat, on a first pitch challenge fastball, Ramirez raked it down the left field line. Bumgarner will not let you take that pitch away from him. Comes right back in, second at bat, first pitch, he gives him the same fastball and jumps on top 0-1. Bumgarner very confident with the fastball.
And this is going to be foul, and it's going to cost Hanley Ramirez his bat. And it's 0-2. Confident or stubborn?
Both. Well, why not?
That's a bad combination.
He's got 17 wins in his back pocket. He's doing something right.
No, I don't mean a bad combination in a bad way. I mean in a good way.
It is absolutely in a good way. Yep. Catch foul ball in your glove. You're a hero. Nice.
Yeah.
That tick you off when somebody broke your back?
No, because I usually got a hit on a broken back, so I was pretty pleased with it. And Ramirez, they're going to say, did not go around. It's 1 and 2. I even think Anthony Ramirez thought he went around.
Well, who's Bochy thinking that's 2 that Jim Joyce is not given? This one here, pretty close to the other one that Bochy thought was a strike 3. And it really could have gone either way.
It's like this Giants manager is keeping track of things down there.
Yeah, I think he is.
2 and 2.
They hit him. And Ramirez wears a protective piece on his elbow, and I think he hit right on the protective piece.
So here's Van Slyke.
Just boring right in on him. Tried to get above his hands with the fastball, and he just cut it right in. And as close as he plants that foot, and he almost steps on home plate. He had nowhere to go but first base.
Bumgarner has 3 strikeouts. One of those, Scott Van Slyke, in the second. And it's no balls and 1 strike. You do have to be careful with Van Slyke, though. He can make this a 4-2 game at any time.
Yeah, good power. 10 home runs on the year. For Van Slyke, he's done that in 182 at bats. So normally you get 600 bats in a year. You do the math. He's really a 30 home run a year guy power wise.
This is going to be way out of play down the right field line. Nothing at 2.
Man making a play in the beast mode. Is that Gene Tennis?
Yeah. Or the guy that's going to play Gene Tennis when they come out with the Gene Tennis movie. Got him for the second time. Van Slyke discussing with himself. And it'll
bottom of the 4th inning. Time now for our Ford right choice. Ford is the right choice for California. Test drive one of our efficient new models today. April 15, 2014. That's when Hector Sanchez stepped up against Brandon League and said, everybody home happy. A walk-off single. And that's our Ford right choice.
April 15th.
Saw Hector Sanchez today. It looked like he had his smile back. Recovering from a concussion.
Yeah, so he's great personality, that kid.
Yeah, he really has one. Good teammate.
Strike to Panic.
Right now, Carlos Frias has got it going. He's got 4 pitches, and he's got control of all of them. That was a changeup and a good one.
Well, the big out for Frias was getting Crawford with the bases loaded. Because that left up to Bumgarner. And this is going to be fouled.
Well, he threw 3 of the best pitches I've ever seen to Bumgarner. He kind of got overmatched. It's all right. Let's keep throwing zeros up on the board, Mr. Bumgarner.
And you know what? Tomorrow, when you come to the park, he'll be happy to talk about that at bat.
Yes, he will.
And he'll be getting all over himself.
He did get 1 pitch to hit.
So Joe Panic gets it to 3-2. There's Buster Posey on deck. Here's the payoff. And this is rolled to Turner at second. 1 out. And here's Buster. Buster tonight, doubled in the first, walked in the second. This will be the first time up in this game where he hasn't hit with somebody on base. And he takes low and in, 1 ball and no strikes.
Now that's 95-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball with big-time sink on it.
And there's a pitch high. It's 2-0.
So sinker down and in. Here he comes back with a 1-0 cut off the plate. The more pitches you show Posey, the better chance he's going to have to beat you when he's seen you for the first time. And he's not going to help you out.
Took a 3-0 pitch in his last at bat. We'll see if he takes one here. 3-1, although not the pitch you want to swing at. 3-0.
No, a knee-high cut at 91. No, that's a pretty good one to take 3-0.
Skies this one out into right center field for Kemp. Giants Baseball is brought to you in part by the Dodge Challenger. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. 2 outs. Here's Pence. Pence scorched one to Uribe, and Uribe turned it into a double play. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Tap slowly. Turner charging, and he kicks it. And Pence is aboard.
How much of that had to do with Turner knowing Pence is getting down that line in a hurry and he had to make a quick play?
Well, I think it probably had a lot to do with it. I wondered if he didn't take a peek to see where Pence was. No, he had his head down and he just kicked it. But, you know, you speed things up. And when you speed things up, it makes it a more difficult play.
That's 4-2. That's just 100% hustle on a number to second base. I applaud that.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval shoots one to Ramirez, and Ramirez will shovel it to Turner, and that'll end the inning. 5th inning coming up. 4-0.
Podcast. Hey, how about those rookies coming up big at the plate? Andrew Susac, Joe Panik, Matt Duffy. The 3 of them, gentlemen, since August 1st, have combined to hit .322 with 4 home runs and 31 RBI between the 3 of them. They gave a lot of credit to their hitting instructors, Bam Bam and Joe LaFay, saying that they've prepared them so well to hit at this level. They also said that failure is going to happen. You got to take it with a grain of salt. Most importantly, try to have fun. Dwayne and Mike.
Uribe on the ground. Sandoval is going to carome to Crawford, and look at that play.
And they can't appeal it.
Crawford had that play made, I think.
I think he did. And he was in position, and Sandoval just slowed it down. But in defense of Sandoval, it's the basic rule. You take everything you can get to. Hits him right high in the thumb. And just a quick step. He beat it.
Yep. Didn't matter. Here's Ellis. Ellis popped out in the second. And here he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Just cruises with that little slider in the outside corner.
And that's fouled. It's 0-2. No runs, 2 hits. Dodgers. 4 runs, 8 hits. Giants. A 1-2. Ellis 2 for 14 in his career against Bumgarner. Got him. 5 strikeouts for Bumgarner.
Well, there are still tickets available for tomorrow's game and Sunday's game against the Dodgers. Tomorrow, a 6:05 start. You can come out early to attend the annual Fiesta Gigantes presented by Coors Light, and Sunday's game 1:05 start. So tickets available. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets.
Here's Frias, the pitcher. Bunts this one. Foul over the backstop. Little conversation now between hitter and coach.
Well, this conversation is going to be real simple from Lorenzo Bundy. He's going to say, if your corner infielders are right on top of you, you have full reign to pull that bat back and have a hack.
We'll see. And that's what he did. And it's 0-2. I have no idea you could read lips from this high up where we're at here in our booth.
In 3 different languages. But that's only from the third base coach to a pitcher in that situation.
0-2. 0-3.
So strikeout number 6 now for Bumgarner. And here we go again. And something that tells me that these two guys are going to have a relationship for a long time.
We're going to be doing a game 10 years from now, and Puig's going to have 300 at-bats against Bumgarner.
You're right. You're right.
Both young. Both stubborn.
Both very good. Right now, Bumgarner is on top of his game, and Puig has been slumping.
Just in tight, 1 ball and no strikes. A walk in the first for Puig, and a fly ball to Pagan in the third. So this is round 3. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So Turner's going to hit. Turner is bounced out twice. The last time was to Brandon Crawford to end the third. 5th inning.
Now Turner, as you can see, the 327, having a career year for the Dodgers. He's from Southern California, so you know he's enjoying this. And he's also the type of hitter that makes good adjustments within an at-bat. The more strikes he gets, the more swing he takes out. By the time he gets to 2 strikes, he's a very compact hitter who uses the whole field. And as we mentioned, by looking at that bat average, you know he's confident.
Two
fastballs were cut above the hands. And those will make you swing and talk yourself. place those two within an inch of each other.
And another fastball, and this one is popped out of play.
Just a little bit of elevation. Nice 0-2 pitch, and he'll keep climbing that ladder. If a guy keeps swinging out of the strike zone on those fastballs, you just keep going higher. That move right there is called from the Giants bench. They do have a signal for that.
Oh, 2 pitch. Here it is. This time Turner lays off. 1-2.
So 4 pitches, each one a little bit higher than the other. Now you have an opportunity to keep pounding that hole you think you have above the hands of that fastball, or go out of the strike zone with the slider at the back foot.
Ball back. Went in on his hands. Here in the 5th, 68 pitches for Bumgarner.
No, he's fine pitch count wise. You want to be 75 or less at the end of the 5th. Ooh. Trying to go back door with that slider, and I mean, he missed by about 2 inches. Right between the knees of Posey. And you got to have a good eye to take that pitch with 2 strikes.
2-2. Out of play.
And this is the kind of at bat that Turner gives you. I mean, he battles. They've gone outside and tried to backdoor the breaking ball. They have not tried the one off the plate down and in. Saw Bruce Bochy pace it. He does not want Gonzalez, the on-deck hitter, to hit this inning. That's the Dodgers' big RBI guy.
Out of play again.
And we got a war going on here. This is a good battle. That's the guy that Bochy does not want to see hit. Gonzalez, number 2 in the National League in RBIs. Over 100 for the 7th time in his career. And Bochy had him in San Diego.
Two and 2 to Justin Turner.
18 pitches here in the 5th. That's the most he's had in any inning. Right off the mask of Posey.
I was going to say, it either got catcher or umpire.
Watch Posey's mask. Boom.
So this will be the 10th pitch coming up. Out of play.
More pace.
10 pitches to Turner, 20 total in the inning. And that's with 2 strikeouts. And now full count.
He tried to throw a curveball on him, and it didn't look like Bumgarner's heart was in on that one.
Now, Uribe and Puig will be on the move. You got to figure that Turner knows he's going to see a fastball here. You would think, but maybe not. And the walk.
And that's a great at bat. And Adrian Gonzalez indeed is going to get his chance.
Gonzalez is lined out to Arias, and Bumgarner struck him out in the 4th. So this is round 3. One ball and no strikes.
Giants play to pull in the infield. They play slightly to left in the outfield. Pinch the gap in right center, and they give Gonzalez the line in right field.
One ball, no strikes.
You look at Gonzalez, especially early in the count, when he gets count leverage 1-0, 2-0, or even sometimes just on a first pitch, he'll go up there and he's going to swing at anything.
Yeah, I think he was cheating on that one.
I do too.
Cheating meaning he was going to get the bat started, thinking he might get something middle in. Pagan in left center. Side retired. It'll be Arias, Blanco, and Crawford. And with these 3 hitters, they've been on base 5 in 6 plate appearances.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how the Giants have been rolling since they've ignited their offense. It's been coming from all parts of the lineup. It hasn't been just the 3, 4, 5 guys. The top of the lineup has been fantastic with Pagan and Panik. And there's been big time contribution in the 6, 7, 8 holes. And that's what you're going to have to do if you're going to make a run. And they've done that.
And this guy hitting? There's a call strike by Jim Joyce. I don't know about that one. But he's not the same guy the first 4 months of the season.
No, he's a very confident hitter right now. And he's put on 100 points on his batting average here in the last 2.5 weeks. And the other thing, too, about Arias, he's staying in the strike zone for the most part now. I mean, early in the year, he was flailing it at everything. Now he's got a better eye, a better knowledge of the zone, more discipline, and he's starting to get hits.
And that's roll foul. I mean, think about Arias. He's gone from hitting his weight to my weight.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good scout report there.
Slight exaggeration. Still, it is September. Foul back. It stays at 2-2.
A lot of concentration on that bench.
Two and two to Arias. Foul back.
Nice pitch. Nice fight him off.
And Turner's going to dive and make the catch. You could see it was going to stay up there a little too long. Nice ball.
Well, the big at bat for the Dodgers in the top of the fifth. They got their big RBI guy up with the bases loaded, takes a breaking ball away, then he jumps on a 1-0 and chases a cut fastball away, and then a fastball out over the plate, had cut on it. Pretty good location and a good pitch to hit it. He pops it up, and that ended the Dodger threat. And he's been thinking about that 1-1 fastball ever since.
Here's Blanco. Blanco takes in tight.
Frias is showing really good stuff in this stint. That's really an X factor when you're throwing an unknown into a ball game where the Giants don't have any book on him at all. This guy wasn't even on the Major League roster at the start of the season. And since he's come in relief in the third inning, he has looked fantastic. And that's after giving up 3 hits in a row to start his first inning. He pitched out of it. He's been perfect, despite an error, ever since.
Two balls and a strike to Blanco. Crawford on deck. Now Blanco steps out. Down low, 3-1. Here's the pitch to Blanco. Swinging the dribbler, foul. Blanco said, you know what? Every once in a while, I'm going to give a shot at putting one in the cove, and he just did right there.
Yeah, he got a little greedy there. Why not?
Three-two pitch, and he bangs this one off his foot. So Blanco's going to walk this off.
All right, let's see where it got him. Right on top of the ankle.
Needs to drop that pad a little bit.
Ouch.
Or get a longer pad, or just put the catcher's shin guard on.
I think so. Go up there with the iron boot on. I think they retired that in the 16th century, didn't they?
Yeah, well, the problem is you start to think the next one you're going to hit is right there as well. Fouled out of play, and that one he couldn't hit off his foot. Blanco's had a nice game. He walked in the first and he singled in the third.
High fives, knuckles, high five, high five. Yeah. It's great when you're the man.
And the walk.
He didn't miss by much.
For comprehensive coverage of everything Orange and Black, check out pregame live and postgame live before and after every Giants telecast on Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports.
Giants pregame tomorrow at 5:30. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. As this series continues.
Here's Crawford, good speed now with Blanco at first. 15 steals, 15 out of 19. And this is thrown away, but it got Blanco, so he's not going to go anywhere.
Wow, that hurt. So Dave Greshner, the Giants head trainer, coming over to take a look. Get him on the shoulder. Going back to the bag. Stretched out. Right in the ribs.
Yep.
I mean, that's like getting hit by a pitch and you don't even know it's coming. That's worse than getting hit by a pitch.
Plus it knocks the breath out of you. Driven to right. This is a foul ball. Well, it looked like that ball was going to stay fair, but right at the end, it hit foul, so it's no balls and 1 strike.
All right, how foul was it? Oh, big time. 3 feet, maybe more. Dodgers react defensively and they move Kemp, the right fielder, more towards a normal straightaway right field position. He had been about 10 steps over, protecting the gap in right center.
Hey, if you remember the last time the Dodgers were here, they peppered Triples Alley.
They did. Puig had 3 of them in 1 game.
Driven to right. Hit well. It is out of here. And it's 6-0 Giants. For Crawford, home run number 9. He also has 3 RBIs in this game.
And boy, did he get a nice pitch to hit. Carlos Frias has been pretty good. He hadn't made many mistakes out over the middle, but the one to Crawford was T-ball location.
Takes low.
Watch the mistake. They want to go down and in. He lays it right over the middle at the belt. And Crawford, denied a double, comes up with a 4-bagger. And Bumgarner was trying to take the trot too. One more look at the home run from the splash cam. And that is a thing of beauty.
Bumgarner hooks it foul.
Whoa. Benjamin Peckner, a railroad conductor and son of Mike Peckner, our first base ball dude, coming up. Had him played perfectly. Nice.
He's making our ball dudes look bad.
Yeah, he's too young.
Bumgarner out swinging.
It's a hat trick for Bumgarner.
Yeah, he's not happy right now.
Yeah, he's pretty happy. He's got a 6-0 lead. Of course, tomorrow we will be talking about the 3 strikeouts. Crawford, first home run in 46 games, and boy, did he pick a good time to hit it. Kevin Correa starting to get stretched out in the Dodger bullpen.
Here's Pagan, and Pagan takes in tight. Joe Panik on deck. That's a fair ball. And Pagan retired. Brandon Crawford, home run number 9. What's in the Water, brought to you by Monterey Bay Aquarium. Share the awe, share the love at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love. A 6-0 lead for the Giants. So here's Kemp. Kemp has bounced out twice. And Bumgarner now deals, and Kemp fouls it out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Up the middle, hit the mound, and Crawford is going to throw out Kemp. And here's Ramirez. Ramirez has doubled, and he was hit on the elbow guard.
Now his first at bat, a first pitch fastball, he jumped on it for a double, and it was loud. Then his next at bat, first pitch, Bumgarner went right back at him with a fastball. See what he opens up this at bat with.
Skies 1 to left.
Fastball. He is not going to let a hitter take away that fastball. He just won't.
Just missed it.
He did just miss it, by the way. And that's what he's thinking walking back to the dugout. Ramirez walks back to the dugout like his feet are hurt. Very slowly.
Here's Van Slyke. Van Slyke, 2 strikeouts.
Like he's backed off the plate.
He is definitely in the swing mode. Is that Scott?
That's Scott. Careful, Scott. We can't lose you.
Scott's usually up here in shorts.
Scott's everywhere.
Yeah.
I think he's the phantom of the ballpark.
Nothing in 2.
Swing mode.
He is in the swing mode. Got him, 3rd time. 6 pitches, all strikes.
6th inning, timeout for our Ram Gutsy Play. Ram 1500 is Motor Trend's 2014 Truck of the Year, first ever back-to-back champion And we go back to May 14th of last year, 2013, when Guillermo Quiroz walked off against the Dodgers, a home run off Brandon League. And he lit the place up. And that's a Ram gutsy play. The pitcher now for the Dodgers will be Kevin Correa, former first-round pick by the Giants, out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, the Harvard of the West. Correa, in his 10th year at the big league level, 34 years old, 6'3", 200 pounders. This is what he's done with the Twins and with the Dodgers this year. 7-16 with a 4.99 ERA. He's got a low 90s fastball with big-time sink. He'll cut the ball, give you a slider and a changeup.
Peterson now in left. He's the Rook that had a great year in AAA. Panik 1 for 3. Fouls this out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hit on the ground, and it's just foul. Giants 6, Dodgers nothing.
Well, that enables a rookie to smile on the bench. If it's the other way around, you can't smile. Head 6-0, you can smile.
One, 2, outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. And this is hit on the ground to Ramirez. And a low throw, and digging it out was Gonzalez.
Giants Baseball is brought to you in part by your Barracuda Networks, cloud-connected security and storage solutions designed to simplify IT. Reclaim your network with Barracuda.
So Gonzalez saves Ramirez, and here's Buster Posey. And the first pitch to Buster Posey is a breaking ball for a strike.
Nice first pitch curveball there from Kevin Correa.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
So Kevin Correa, who's from the San Diego area, came up to the big leagues with the Giants.
Hated the Dodgers. From San Diego, hated the Dodgers.
Went to the Padres, pitched for the Padres. Then he went to the Twins, and now here with the Dodgers. So 3 stops in the National League West.
In tight to Buster Posey. Jack Peterson, by the way, is a Northern California kid, Palo Alto. Here's the 1-2 pitch. What do you bet Tommy Lasorda has somehow talked Peterson into telling everybody that even though he was raised in Northern California, he was always a Dodger fan?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't put it past Tommy Lasorda.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
He could brainwash a young player with the best of them.
And Posey out swinging. And here's Hunter Pence. Speaking of Tommy Lasorda, he walked out on the last day at Candlestick, and he was going to wave to the fans. And it was really funny, and it was really funny when they misspelled his name.
Well, and it was his own clubhouse that gave him the jacket. This is not something that the Giants gave him. So Tommy Lasorda, he's alive and well.
I'm sorry, but that never gets old.
When he turned his back and we saw Lasorda, we were dumbfounded. Oh,
you think Bumgarner's got snot rockets? We laugh so hard.
But the thing about it is Tommy Lasorda used to always come down that first base line and blow kisses and tip his hat. And right now it's a standing boo. And he would just encourage it, blow kisses. And here he had the Tommy Lasorda jacket on. And it made the moment perfect.
I think that jacket ought to go into the Hall of Fame. I don't know about you.
At least the Bay Area Hall of Fame. They should make a bronze plaque of it and put it in the airport.
Oh. I wish I would have thought of paying off somebody to do that, and then didn't have to.
You know, Mike Murphy, I'm not saying.
Pence with the base hit to right field. He will hit that high fastball just about anywhere, or high whatever it was. It may have been a high breaking ball.
Well, and it's going to get Pablo Sandoval up to hit with Correa. And a man at first and in the stretch position, and it looked like a little cutter or a little slider that was leaky at the belt away. And a nice job of going with that location to right field.
Sandoval 1 for 3. And he takes high and wide. 1 ball and no strikes. John Miller will be back here in the 7th inning. I'll head back over to the KNBR side. Dave Fleming will be back tomorrow night. They've had a good game tonight. I think
Buffalo and Baylor.
Baylor beat him like 65-14. But like Dave knows, maybe a bad game doesn't have to be a bad broadcast, right?
That's exactly right. And who taught us that?
Hank was here today.
Hank was here at the ballpark today with his son Doug. Doug Greenwald broadcast for the Fresno Grizzlies, Giants AAA club. Good to see Hank again.
Crawford a home run in this game. He's got 3 RBIs. He's got 62 now on the year. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1.
Now Correa knows how to pitch in this ballpark. And he's basically telling Sandoval, if you're going to beat me long, you're going to have to go to left field to do it. Away, away, away. If he goes inside, it'll be on the inside corner with cut.
Swing and a miss. And Pence is thrown out. That'll end the inning. John Miller will be back. What was that guy's name again?
Lasorda. Mr. Tommy Lasorda. I love that guy. Register right now at sfgiants.com/tickets for a special opportunity to purchase tickets for possible postseason play right here at AT&T Park. You must register by noon on Monday, September 15th to qualify. Register at sfgiants.com/ticket for a chance to purchase tickets to the first round of the Wild Card Divisional Series. That's sfgiants.com/tickets to register. Here, all kinds of strange things happening, but the Giants on top of the Dodgers 6-0, top of the 7th. Here again is John Miller.
All right, and for Madison Bumgarner, who is equaled the San Francisco Giants record for strikeouts in a season by a left-hander, set 46 years ago by Ray Sadecki. So his next strikeout will put him alone at the top of that list. This is the 57th season of Giants baseball in San Francisco. Uribe has grounded out to third and had an infield single. Oh, he was badly fooled on that one.
And that's a changeup. He hadn't thrown too many of those. I mean, he introduced the curveball the second time through the lineup, and here the third time through, he's starting to break out that changeup a little bit more. I mean, with Uribe, you could throw another one down the dirt and he'd get after it.
Look at that. He's had a few swings like that tonight.
Well, it kind of looks like they pulled a fantasy camper out and said, "You're the award winner that gets to have a big league at bat tonight." But he could do that. We talked about him. I mean, he could look so bad on a pitch, and the next pitch hit you off the wall.
1-2 to Uribe. Oh, the slow curveball, and he was just baffled on strikes 1, 2, and 3 in that trip to the plate. And that is the San Francisco Giants record for strikeouts in a season by a left-hander, Madison Bumgarner. His 207th strikeout this year. Ray Sadecki back in '68, the year of the pitcher, at 206. Jonathan Sanchez had 205, the World Championship year, 2010. Called a strike to A.J. Ellis, who struck out looking his last time. So congratulations to Madison Bumgarner. I don't know that at the moment he cares a whole lot about it.
I don't even know if he knew it was obtainable tonight, or even what the record was. His focus right now is to the glove.
0-2. Well, he had that epic 25-pitch fifth inning, which was largely the one plate appearance by Justin Turner. Made him throw 12 pitches just to him, and that ended up in a walk and loaded the bases with Gonzalez coming up. But then he had a 6-pitch sixth inning. So Bumgarner back on top of things. He's regrouped. 0-2 the count. Pence, a lot of room out there. 2 down. There's a new morning newscast in town. Telemundo 48 Primera Edición, the Bay Area's only Spanish language morning news with live news, weather, and traffic. So tell your friends and watch Telemundo 48 Primera Edición weekdays from 5 until 7 a.m. on las 5 para 7. Muchísimas gracias para ti.
Bueno.
Here now is, and we're close personal friends with Fernando Valenzuela, by the way.
Yes, we are.
Jock Peterson, the pride of the Dodgers farm system. First time we've had a chance to get a look at him. He had a mighty swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1.
You see what he did this year in Albuquerque, their AAA affiliate, hit 333 home runs, and lots of stolen bases to go with those home runs.
He's the kind of talent that, when they were having some problems in the outfield earlier this year, there was a lot of speculation in the press in Southern California about whether they'd bring up Peterson or not during the season, or maybe even trade somebody like Matt Kemp to make room for him.
Talk about the stolen bases that Peterson had. He became the 4th player in the 112-year history of the Pacific Coast League to have a 30-30 season. Gives you an idea of the athleticism.
On the count to him. 2 down, nobody on here in the 7th. The Giants ahead 6-0. Outside corner, strike 2 call.
The way he strides, though, it looks like he's given up some outside corner to Bumgarner. It looks like he's got a little bell to his right hip. Watch that front side just kind of drift away. I mean, he's losing power and landing on the heel. You're not going to be able to drive anything in the outside corner with your weight on your heel. Posey's going right back out away. You saw that.
2-2.
That was a mistake. And he got away with it, and Peterson was right on it. I'd like to know of the 33 home runs that he hit in Albuquerque, how many of those went to his pole side, to right field, and how many went to left field. Because it looks to me like he's trying to hit everything to right field. Yep, they have some explaining to do.
2-2 the count. Struck him out. And Bumgarner adds to his San Francisco Giants record for a left-hander and gets a standing ovation as he heads off the field.
For fun in their spare time to make people happy. Well, we can tell you what one Panda did, and that's Pablo Sandoval. He took some time out of his week to go visit the UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital. He brought caps, he brought jerseys, he brought cards, and he brought a whole lot of smiles to children in critical care. Way to go, Panda, guys.
All right. Panda. Always a favorite here in San Francisco. The Giants out in front here. 6-0. As Pablo Sandoval will try it again. He was at the plate in the 6th inning when Hunter Pence got thrown out trying to steal. So Panda 1 for 3 up against Kevin Correa. Sandoval is flied out deep to center, singled and grounded into a force out. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Giants, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error for LA. Left center field, Jock Peterson's got room near the 382. And Sandoval is gone. And here comes Joaquin Arias, who's had a 2-hit game. Up in Seattle, the Athletics trying to effect the comeback. Fernando Rodney is on to pitch for the Mariners with a 4-2 lead. So the Mariners trying to move up on the Athletics. You see it on the hand-operated scoreboard here at AT&T Park. Not good news for Oakland. And they're going through right now what the Giants went through back in June, I guess. The Giants, after starting off with the best record in the majors, and then they fell on hard times almost the entire month of June from that point on, and it stayed with them for a while after that. Oakland is going through that right now at the worst possible time. And Arias takes a strike.
Well, and the problem with it is that you just don't know how to stop it.
Arias has singled home a run. He singled again in the 3rd and lined out his last time. Uribe's got a strong arm and shows it off there at 2 down. Giants leading 6-0. By the way, a new catcher's come in for LA. Tim Fedorovich replacing A.J. Ellis behind the plate. Here's Gregor Blanco. Blanco's been on base 3 times tonight. Madison Bumgarner talking things over with Hunter Pence.
And maybe his night's over.
Giants had the bullpen up. Gutierrez is throwing in the bullpen. That's a low strike. 0-1. Bumgarner's thrown 97 pitches through 7, which is not a particularly high figure for him.
Oh, that's a great night right there. I mean, 3 hits, no runs, a couple of walks, 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. Dominant performance.
Blanco with 2 walks and a single tonight. He's also scored a run. He's lifted his on-base percentage for the season up to .348. When
we first saw Kevin Correa, he was mid-90s with a lot of sink. Really a kind of a 2-pitch guy, fastball, slider. Well, I mean, he could put a lot of different movement on the ball now. Gone is the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He's more now around 88, 91, somewhere in that slot. But he's become a finesse guy. When he first came up, he was a power arm.
That's the Correa. I remember he was skinny and threw real hard. Well, that was not a foul, and Blanco strikes out and reaches first.
Well, that was odd. So 2 strikes. Curveball. And Fedorovich, who's really a pretty good ball blocker, tries to shortstop the ball, reaching out, and pays the price as it kicks away off the heel of his glove. And you can see the grimace from a defensive specialist. And that's another 90-foot gift, and that's kind of been the theme tonight. Dodgers have really been generous in making 90-foot mistakes, and the Giants, to their credit, they have taken advantage of them.
So now here's Brandon Crawford. And Crawford really has been the big hitter for the Giants in this game. In the first inning, after they'd scored 3 with 2 down, he came up with a pitcher up next, and he doubled home a 4th run. And then in the 5th inning, right after Bumgarner had his most difficult inning of the game, the Dodgers maybe started feeling, hey, maybe something's going to happen the second half of this game. He hit a 2-run homer. And he's had 3 runs batted in out of the Giants' total of 6 runs scored. He's swinging the bat great tonight. Wouldn't that be something if Brandon Crawford was ready for the big finish here in the stretch? Ishikawa has come out into the on-deck circle. That's a foul, back out of play.
Let's take a look at that home run. And the thing about the home run is earlier in the at-bat, he hit a ball just down the line, foul by about 3 feet. And here in the same at-bat, he comes up big with the first home run in 46 games, a 2-run shot, and that stretched it out. They created a little distance and gave the Giants that 6-0 lead.
1 ball, 1 strike to Crawford. It's 2-1. So Brandon with 9 homers and 62 runs batted in. The first couple of months where the Giants had that great record, they were at 42 and 21 in early June. And Crawford was hitting well all through that time. He also, by the way, has started getting his RBIs on a regular basis here even before tonight. 12 RBIs in his last 11 games. Just got a piece of that one. 2-2. Correa, you're talking about Correa, and maybe you and Dwayne Kuiper talked about this earlier, but when Correa first came up, he was an old friend of Bruce Bochy. He'd grown up with Bruce Bochy's older son. They used to play ball together, and he was a regular at the Bochy household for dinner. 2-2 the count. In the dirt, and there's the ball blocking of Fedorovich. 3-2. Giants lead 6-0 here in the 7th. Don Mattingly, things went bad for the Dodgers in a hurry. Starting pitcher Hyunjin Ryu gave up a 4-run first inning and then left the game after the first inning with left shoulder irritation. Giants added 2 more runs in the 5th inning on a Brandon Crawford home run. Blanco, the runner at first, they're not holding Blanco on the bag with a 6-0 score. Let's see how they're playing it. And yet Correa stepped off the slab and looked him back there before this pitch. Blanco runs, and that's ball 4.
Nice at bat. Well, Comcast Sportsnet has complete Giants coverage on Sportsnet Central every night at 10:30 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports.
So Bumgarner's officially out of the game now. 7 shutout innings and just 3 hits allowed. Superb performance. 97 pitches thrown. And along the way, he struck out 9. And now is at the top of the list among all left-handed starters in the San Francisco Giants. part of the team's history. There's a high drive to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a home run into San Francisco Bay. A 3-run big fly by Ishikawa, and that was impressive. 9-0 Giants.
Splash hit, and they just rotated the number 67 now on the splashometer, and everybody seemed to enjoy that.
Ishikawa's 3rd home run this year, his 2nd for the Giants this season. Another pinch hit for him. Blanco takes a strike. Ishikawa 7 for 17 as a pinch hitter for the Giants with 6 runs batted in that role. He's only been with the ball club and enough to have played in 37 games, yet he's really been their best pinch hitter all year. This rally started with a strikeout and a wild pitch on what would have been the 3rd out.
Take a look at the flight of the ball from the splash cam. High, majestic, and wet. Side rammed that guy.
A naval battle going on out there. He's just ready to get his prize, and another kayak came in at ramming speed.
Now, Travis Ishikawa is the kind of guy you root for, and when he came back for his 2nd tenure at Mike Murphy's clubhouse here in San Francisco, he was all smiles.
Justin Turner throws out Pagan. But the Giants get 3 more runs on 1 hit, and it was a rather impressive hit. Travis Ishikawa goes bye-bye. Entertainment operating system only from Xfinity, bringing TV and internet together like never before. Chris Dominguez, the first player in Fresno Grizzlies history with 20 homers, 20 doubles, and 20 stolen bases, plus 80 RBIs in the same season. He had 21 homers, 23 doubles, 21 steals, and 85 driven in. Chris Dominguez, who's with the big ball club right now as a September call-up. So an excellent year for him in the Pacific Coast League. And an excellent night for the Giants here in the National League against the rival, the Dodgers. They lead 9-0, and Juan Gutierrez will come in to pitch now for Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner is finished after 7 shutout innings, 97 pitches thrown, and 9 strikeouts. He only allowed 3 hits. Giants also make some other changes, Mike, with Ishikawa staying in at first, and Arias moving from first over to third, so Sandoval's out, and Perez in center. Pagan is out. Puig, leadoff man for the Dodgers this evening, leads off. Good curveball, and that may have fooled the umpire. That looked pretty good. Ball 1.
Well, Juan Gutierrez could give you 4 looks. He can give you fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and he's not afraid to throw them either. Mid-90s fastball, whether it be 2-seam or 4-seam.
Back out of play. There's Perez now in center. And Arias moving from first over to third with Ishikawa after his pinch hit 3-run homer, staying in to play first base. Sandoval and Pagan are out, as well as Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner dropped his earned run average down to 2.91 with his 7 shutout innings in this one. Dodgers have action going in their bullpen now. It's sharply. Crawford gets to it and throws out Puig. 1 away.
Juan Gutierrez, the last few days of August to October or to September 1st, 9-day period there, he didn't pitch. He had some biceps tendonitis. The last time he's pitched, following that, he pitched on the 3rd of September. Now he hasn't pitched for 9 days. So they're definitely giving him a chance to kind of get the soreness out of that biceps. So a chance for him to get some work, get some rust off. But he said his arm's feeling much better.
Back out of play off the bat of Justin Turner.
I thought Justin Turner had the best at bat of any of the Dodgers in this ball game. Go back to that 5th inning. I mean, he had about an 11 pitch at bat against Bumgarner. 12 pitch at bat. Thank you, John, for correcting me. But 12 pitches against Bumgarner. He milked a walk and set it up for Gonzalez. That was a pivotal part of this ball game. His at bat was critical.
Well, it turned it into a sort of a high stress inning for Bumgarner in the first place, and it got Gonzalez, the big RBI man, up there with the bases loaded. And 2 down. Where suddenly the Giants' big lead didn't look that big any longer.
It did not. Talking about one of the best RBI guys in the last 8 years, getting a chance to tie the ball game up. It was definitely nervous time here at AT&T.
0-2. Strike 3 call on the outside. And Justin Turner very unhappy about that call. He thought it was off the outside.
Set a target on the outside corner, and Posey does not move the glove. That's a generous call. That's a 9-0 call.
Made it look like a strike. 2 down. Here's Gonzalez. Giants not into the big full Monty overshift, but they are heavily shifted to play Gonzalez to pull. And he pulls it. Ishikawa and Gutierrez gets the put out. And that's a 7-pitch inning for Gutierrez. It's Television Network, and we'd like to thank all of our affiliate stations for being with us all season long. KAIL in Fresno, KAME in Reno, KFBI in Medford, Oregon, KITV in Hawaii, Aloha, and KMAX Sacramento, KOTR in Monterey, KRVU in Chico, Redding. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm going to call you the next couple of days, I promise. And KECA in Eureka. Jerry Winona. I haven't called him recently, but I've been thinking about him, haven't I? We've talked about him over and over
all the
again.
time, yeah, absolutely. We're bragging.
So here we go now to the Giants half of the 8th inning, and Yimi Garcia, a September call-up, who was signed as a non-drafted free agent out of the Dominican Republic back in 2009.
He's got pretty good stuff. You're going to see mid-90s fastball, slider, changeup combination. Everything out of the stretch.
Joe Paddock has 1 hit tonight. It was a big one with 1 out, bases empty in the first inning against Yunjin Ryu. He hit a double, and that was the start of a 4-run rally. As Erisbel Arruabarrena has come in to play shortstop, Cuban emigre, replacing Hanley Ramirez. And that's 2 low. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a lot of syllables in that name. Arruabarrena.
Arruabarrena.
And the 2 R's you're supposed to really turn those R's around.
Well, give it to me.
Arruabarrena.
Nice.
And that's a foul out of play off to the left. A la izquierda. And it's 1-2.
No, I've always believed it. The most beautiful names are the Latin names, no doubt. I mean, Arruabarrena, that's one name. I mean, that's his last name. I mean, that's just so more. Well, I mean, it's got a smoothness to it. Ed Ott does not have a smoothness to it. It doesn't.
Sort of the the reverse image of that. Bob Shepard, the great public address announcer at Yankee Stadium for 60 years. The late Bob Shepard used to call them euphonious names. His favorite, his all-time favorite, was Salome Barojas.
It's a good one.
And that's all for Joe Panik. He is 1 for 5. But his one hit was a very big one.
Yeah, that set the table, got things going here. A one-out double in the first.
Bob Shepard also liked Sandy Valdivielso.
Valdivielso?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I would have loved to have heard him announce Erisbel Arrue Barrena at least a couple of times.
It's a good one.
Here's Buster Posey. Just off the outside for ball 1. Buster has doubled home a run, walked, flied out to right center, and struck out. He knocked in the Giants' first run of the night. And that's in there at 90 miles an hour. Garcia is another guy that, along with Frias, that they've pitched well enough in their last several times out, and their stuff is good enough that a lot of the people who cover baseball in Southern California have speculated about their chances of making the postseason roster. That is into the gap and cut off by Puig, but Buster thought about challenging him. Now thinks better of it. He was halfway to second, and Puig hurried that throw back in, short off that great arm. It was an off-balance throw, and he still fired it almost all the way into second base.
Well, they kind of played him on the right side of second base, so Puig, because of that initial defensive set, did not have a chance to get that ball in the gap. I thought because it was hanging up there for a while that he was going to get a chance.
Hunter Pence. And that has been how Buster, he's been running full out down the stretch, even though speed is not a part of his game. But if there's even a chance for an extra base, he's been going for it. Pence has 2 hits. And he misses. Does Garcia. Down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pence knocked in a run with a single and knocked in Posey with a single in the first inning. And also had a single in the 6th. He's 2 for 4. 296 average for the year. Buster, a 2-hit night, 2 for 4 plus a walk over at first. Dodgers not holding him on with a score 9-0. It's a ball and 2 strikes now to Pence. Tomorrow's game a 6:05 start. Game 2 of the series. Another 14-game winner will be going for the Dodgers. Zach Greinke. Jim Hudson will counter for the Giants. Bruce Bochy, Ron Wotus, bench coach alongside. Bam Bam Mullins, the hitting instructor. 2-2.
Look at Garcia's delivery. I mean, he's sneaky. He really collapses that back leg, and then he kind of spears the ball towards you. It's an unusual arm action. Very deceptive.
That's deep to left field. Peterson at the wall. And I don't know how Pence hit it that far. With the swing that he had.
Strong. Plus, he went down and he got underneath that curveball and he got some backspin on it. I mean, he didn't have a lot of lower body in the swing, and basically just gives you an idea how strong his hands are. Little hanger. I mean, he didn't even have his front foot down. And look at the drift, and it almost gets knocked out of here.
So 2 down, and Pablo Sandoval no longer in the game, and Juan Perez in that spot of the order. Pablo was 1 for 4 while he was in there, although he hit the ball well 3 different times. Two down. Posey at first. You saw Susac with the catcher's equipment on in the Giants dugout a few moments ago, so it appears that he will be going in to catch for the 9th inning. Final from Seattle. The Mariners held on to beat the Athletics 4-2. Oakland had 2 men on and nobody out in the 9th, but could not generate a rally from there. In center field, Puig. The inning is over. One hit, one left for the Giants. And we head to the ninth inning.
Right on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area at 6 p.m. Giants pregame live at 5:30. And then Sunday, an afternoon game at 1 o'clock. Giants pregame live at 12:30. Again, you'll see it on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. It is a National League Western Showdown. Complete Giants coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNBayArea.com with Giants insider Andrew Bagley. The home of your San Francisco Giants is right in Comcast Sportsnet and NBC Bay Area.
Matt Kemp to lead off in the ninth inning for the Dodgers against Juan Gutierrez. There's some more changes for the Giants. Andrew Susac is now behind the plate, replacing Buster Posey as catcher. And that's in there for a called strike. Also, Gary Brown, number 56, has gone in to play center field. And Juan Perez moving from center over to right field. So Pence is out.
You got 3 center fielders out in the outfield right now.
It's Blanco in left, Brown in center, and Perez in right. Almost makes you hope that somebody hits one out there. Makes so we can see him take off and run. These guys can cover a lot of ground out there. Ishikawa at first, Panik at second, Crawford at short, Arias at third. Matt Kemp has grounded out 3 times, twice to short, once to third. Rui Barrena is on deck. Right to Arias, one quick hop. One away. And Kemp has been a hot hitter the second half of the season. Very productive, has not been able to get the ball out of the infield tonight.
There you see the numbers for Rui Barrena. 4 minor teams this summer. And he is definitely a player the Dodgers are very high on.
Curveball. Fouls it. 0-1.
I always thought that the bigger the prospect, the lower the number you got when the call-ups came up in September. And given my theory, Dodgers are pretty high on Arbuena to give him a number 11. Araya Buena. I need to practice that.
Right back to Gutierrez. And he throws him out. I went with him that time.
Him. I think that's a veteran move.
2 down.
We used to have the below the 50-degree rule at Candlestick. If it was below 50 degrees, we didn't take responsibility for screwing a guy's name up. And the 2 ones that killed us all the time were Mike Rimlinger and Steve Slusarski. That was almost impossible to say below 50 degrees.
Well, here's Roger Bernardina as a pinch hitter for Van Slyke. 2 down in the ninth inning. The Giants ahead 9-0. Game 1 of this series. And that's ball 1. With a win tonight, the Giants will be 1 game out of first in the National League West. But 2 big games still to go. And the specter of the great Clayton Kershaw, the Sunday starter, looming over the Giants, who right now is in a class by himself in Major League Baseball. And has always been that way against the Giants, and especially in this ballpark. So if they're to take the series, tomorrow really becomes a huge game for the Giants. Kershaw, who has a career earned run average of 0.69 at AT&T Park.
Yeah, he likes it here.
Tomorrow, 6:05, game 2 of the series. Hudson and Greinke. Curveball. Man, he's had a good one tonight. It's 1-2.
And you can't throw a curveball like that if your arm's not feeling good. That's a great indicator.
There it is again. And the ball game is over. Gutierrez finishes up the shutout. The first 7 innings from Bumgarner, who gets his 18th win of the year. Bumgarner, the 4th National League pitcher to reach 18 victories. Kershaw, the first one. And then last night, Cueto for Cincinnati, and earlier tonight, Wainwright of the Cardinals, and now Madison Bumgarner. The Giants 9, the Dodgers nothing. The Giants are 1 game out in the National League Western Division. Great night here at AT&T Park. The Giants do indeed beat LA. We'll have more after this.